And my parents are cattle ranchers in Siskiyou County, and how many know what's happening in Siskiyou County? We are getting pummeled by the EPA, by environmentalist groups, by the Department of Fish and Game, and by so many groups I can't even start to NOAA, NMFS. And what's happening is craziness in Siskiyou County. We are the pilot program for the rural area of people out of the rural lands and stack and pack housing. We have the coho salmon, which is a non-native fish, and we are being charged $25,000 per incident for dead fish found on our property. And the thing is that the coho salmon does not even belong on our property. It never has, and it never will. But our own Department of Fish and Game is doing everything they can to plant fish in rivers below us, so that those fish will make their way up to our lands. So you may have heard about the Klamath River dams. There's 4. This will be the largest dam removal in history. And we have been fighting solidly for the last 2 years. So it's great that Andrew's going to talk about tonight about where you're going to be getting your news, because last week Fox News did an article with Ken Salazar last week, and we have been uniting with the Bay Area and getting articles in defense of dams because we all know without dams and controlling of water, none of us would be here in California, and likely many of us wouldn't be here in the United States. So we all replied to this Fox News article online, and with 507 comments, mostly in favor of dams all the comments disappeared. So we have no media coverage in this horrible, corrupt story that's full of corrupt science, all about global warming, and we need your help. So what you got on your seats is a little announcement about a bus tour. We don't have a lot of money, but maybe we can get a solid group together to come join us. We did a film. It's going to debut on October 22nd. We would love for you to join us. Some people will be staying at my parents' ranch, for example. We've got tons of ranchers who want to host you. It's Saturday and Sunday. There's several buses leaving through the Bay Area. It's $30. It's really inexpensive. And we're guessing it's about 2,000 people who will come to this event. We've got sheriffs uniting, and it'll be a great event to show the rest of the world that we are uniting with the urban area, and the rural and the urban areas are going to kick some booty. So anyway, we hope that you join us.
That was a clean version.
Constitutional, we get ranchers who are being threatened by government agencies. They're being read their rights, and we are being loud and proud finally for the first time in several years. So what do we do as cattle ranchers and farmers who are the breadbasket of the world to get our story covered?
Well, first of all, you should go to, who are the bad guys? The EPA? Dress up as a prostitute. I'll be the pimp. They can't help themselves. They really can't. I believe the conservatives suffer from not being impish or mischievous enough. You guys are too nice. You're too straightforward. And this is the good part of having been an ex-liberal. I know how they think, and I get myself into trouble periodically. I just did last week, by the way, where I said some intemperate things about Janine Garofalo. And who else was it? Richard Trumka. There was an F and a U that I put together in a more elaborate sentence structure against the head of the AFL-CIO. And then what else? Oh yeah, Nancy Pelosi I wasn't particularly kind to. And I have to be honest, it was cathartic for me to say that stuff, because after so many years of being attacked by these people and being called racist, I can't think of anything worse to be accused of, and they're doing it to try to destroy you. So to lob back what on a Friday night, and I said it on a Friday night, what Bill Maher says every single week, I think he even used the C word to describe Sarah Palin, it felt rather cathartic. But I am an autodidact, I'm a self-taught conservative. They obviously didn't teach it to me in prep school or in college. And I have a lot to learn in the process. And everybody in the room and everybody in the conservative movement holds Ms. Garofalo and the former speaker in contempt because of what they've done and or said or falsely ascribed to their political enemies to try to destroy them and their reputations. But what I learned was that conservatives have standards. And I regret having used those words, no matter how cathartic and truthful they were, because it conferred upon the audience something that they wouldn't have said. And that it's a standard. Democrats and liberals can get away with it because they're moral relativists. There isn't a standard that they believe in. And so when I started getting emails, at first I was like, how dare you conservatives criticize me? How dare you? And one after the other, these people were saying, we're conservatives. We don't believe in that type of language in a public setting. And so I'm regretful of it, and it's a learning process out there. So don't call the EPA the B word. You're not alone. I've been up in Idaho twice within the last year, and I always thought I was a pissed off conservative, you know, in Los Angeles, where they just eat away at you. But the ranchers and the farmers in this country are the last of the free and the self-reliant in this country, and it appears to me that they have a special zeal to go after you guys because you are the anomaly in the utopia that they're trying to create. They don't want free and independent people who are self-sufficient. They don't want hunters and farmers that roam the land. That's why they create rules so that you can't pick mushrooms on your 17,000 square foot property so that they can control you. And it's a problem of getting media people who are city-centric and don't think in those terms. And so I hate to fight fire with fire. First of all, I would hook up with Paul Rodriguez, who is a former Obama supporter, the comedian, and with what happened in the Central Valley. There's nothing quite like the power of using the power that they use. Find minority farmers, find celebrities. You have to use the tricks of the media that they use against them. You need to find somebody to fight your cause for you. You need to find media-savvy people to go out there and tell your narrative. That's the answer. You're just going to have to become media-savvy.
The Pickford farmers case always blows my mind when I hear you talk about it, and I was just wondering if there's been any updates and if there's anything we can do to help you with that one.
Well, there's more Pickford coming up this week. I don't know if you've seen the pictures that we show of Obama with the new Black Panther Party, photos that were suppressed and hidden.